Mauricio Ruffy. Is the hype over, or will he bounce back? What happened that night? My breakdown in this video. Hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA.
Yo, assalamu alaikum, man. What's good?
I made my first video about Mauricio Ruffy after his debut fight. I watched his debut and I was so flabbergasted by his style. He reminded me so much of a young McGregor, which is the guy that made me fall in love with the sport of MMA. Young McGregor is why I started watching MMA back in the day when he fought Dennis Siver. So I was like, oh my God, I have myself a new McGregor. And since then, I've been on board the hype train. I absolutely love this guy. I could watch him fight all day. He's an absolute treat to watch fighting, right? To watch fight. It's early morning, guys. Please forgive me. But this weekend, he showed that he is human. Now, I might be overreacting a little bit with what I say, but I could see that being a positive thing for Ruffy. Because sometimes when you have to see, he had 3 fights before that, I think, in the UFC. All 3 dominant, easy wins, right? I mean, he just knocked out Bobby Green with a spinning back kick, spinning heel kick, whatever the freak you want to call it, in his 3rd fight. A legend like Bobby Green, or like King Green, as his name is now. You can get a little bit over yourself when your career is going like that. You can feel a little bit too invincible, and it will catch up eventually with you. And since it catched up so early, I do think that's the perfect timing for him to have the time to do the necessary adjustments and only come back stronger. Because however you want to hate on him right now, like, hype train, derail, blah, blah, blah. Whatever you saw before that fight was not fake. The skills that he showed are there. It's not like the skills just vanish right now because he tapped. Don't forget that. I know we as the MMA fans are so quick to jump off the train and be like, he was never that good, F this guy, blah, 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 he's fake, he's a fraud, this and that, fraud checked, right? Don't be surprised if Ruffy now comes back stronger than ever and steamrolls through those guys.
Kill everybody!
Because you have to see, my theory is, and write in the comments what you think. By the way, subscribe to the channel, guys, we're nearly at 5K, I would appreciate that a lot. Just one click, guys. Thanks so much. I think that, and this is a very cheap excuse, he did never show up to that night. Ruffy normally, if you watch his fights, he's always so confident and his style is very loose and he throws a lot of crazy stuff and he just feels so free in there. And against BSD, maybe it was that first body kick like Dean Thomas said that kind of shut him off, but he never really started to be the Mauricio Ruffy that we know. He never even attempted to be free and flowing like he always is. You know what I mean? He was very stiff and not free in there, if that's the right term. You know what I mean? It seemed like he never showed up. So, as I said, it could be that the first body kick, I don't know, hurt his ribs and he never really recovered from it. But at the end of the day, you have to see fighters have 15 minutes that it all comes down to. It's not like soccer, football, where you have a game every week and you can have an off game and 1 week later you have a good game, everyone forgets about the off game. You have one off night in MMA and it can impact your whole career. And as cheap as it sounds, I do think Ruffy had an off night because he never showed up. He was in that cage, but he never showed up to that cage, if you get what I'm saying. And I do think this will only help him in the future, because if you have one of those nights, you see that, okay, my grappling might be good. He had a very beautiful reversal against BSD there, the one takedown before the last takedown, right? If you remember. But he was exposed in terms of, okay, I have work to do on the ground. He now knows that, okay, my grappling might be good, but there are people that have better grappling than me, right? And that can only make him better, because the striking is absolutely phenomenal. And I'm sure the grappling is good too, but he might have a little weakness with the back takes that he needs to fix. but he now knows what he needs to work on, and he's in the perfect team to work on those things with the fighting nerds. They have all the talent in the world. It's not like he's 35, he's still in his 20s as far as I remember, right? Yeah, he's still in his 20s. He has I think he's 29. He has all the time to work on that. As I said, it's not like he's a slouch. And it's not like he lost against a random guy. Yeah, BSD lost to Moicano, lost to Dustin Poirier, but look at the fights before that and after that. BSD is a problem, and he's a phenomenal grappler. BSD beat the crap out of Poirier before Poirier knocked him out. He beat the living life out of Poirier. Don't forget that. BSD is a problem. And as cheap as it sounds, and I keep repeating myself, I do think Ruffy will only get better from this. I do think it was an off night, and it is a cheap excuse, yes, but it is a valid thing that happens, that people have off nights. It just happens.
It's normal. Come on, guys. It's normal.
And he did not take, it's not like he got knocked out or something where people never come back the same. He got submitted. He did not even go to sleep. He got choked on the jaw, which is the most painful thing, by the way. If you ever had a choke on your bottom jawline, on the teeth line, it feels like your teeth are getting like squashed into your mouth. It's disgusting. So don't blame him for tapping. But I really think that this will only make him better. We see it so many times with those prospects that are on the come up and get derailed. They so often come back even stronger.
All right, I'm coming back. No.
Because now you have like that loss on your record. Now that is off your chest. Look at Sean Brady when he lost to Bilal. People were like, fraud checked, he is horrible, this and that, blah, blah, blah. He had an off night, he said it himself, and he proved it ever since. He's been steamrolling through everyone ever since. Look what he did to Leon Edwards, who was just a champion before that. So don't count out Mauricio Ruffy. I do think that Mauricio Ruffy will come back better than ever in his next fights, with vengeance on his mind. And I do believe that Mauricio Ruffy will be a champion. I really do believe that. He has all the talent in the world. He's so skilled. He's so beautiful to watch in there with his elusive style. And I do think that he will get back to winning ways ASAP. And I do think that Mauricio Ruffy will still steamroll through most of those guys in the future. This is at least what I predict for his future. As I said, summary of this, I do think he had an off night, making no excuses for him though. Benoit St-Denis looked awesome. First time fighting on foreign soil with those loud French fans and all of that. As I said, that's not an excuse, but I do think he will only learn from that. That was the perfect experience for him to learn from, and he has the right mindset to come back stronger and come back better than ever. What is your opinion? Do you think his hype is over, his time is over? Write in the comments, you guys. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate that. Check out my links in the bio, my merch, bloodshop.net. I would appreciate you supporting me. Thank you so much in advance. Stay bloody, you guys. Until the next one. Bye-bye. Bloodsport out.